I think one thing people from traumatic environments really experience is this deep sense of grief over all these experiences and, you know, chances to experiment with identity that they feel like they missed out on or they can't really reclaim because they would end up looking like an incompetent adult or someone who's late to the party. And my perspective on that situation is most traumatic environments are born from adults who perform competence. So if you really don't feel competent on something or feel like you're missing certain experiences or chances to experiment, do it anyways. You should see it as insurance against becoming the environment you had to survive. I think environments, the way they come to exist is people without experimentation and experience build this sense of perspective or worldview that they treat as a one size fits all and say, this is how the world works or this is how things go. And then when someone's reality doesn't match up to how they interpret the world should work, instead of saying, oh, we're wrong, they say, no, you're wrong. And, they project all this fear, shame, doubt, and just negativity onto the individual. And that's what creates traumatic experiences for people. So the only real insurance, or one of the only real pieces of insurance against that, is through experimentation and chasing experience. Yeah, you might look dumb for doing it, but if you see it purely as insurance that you don't become the environment you had to survive, you will be all right. Because I think there are a lot of people who, they kind of survive these traumatic environments, get out of them, and then think that's the end of it. They don't really build perspective. They don't, chase any experiences or chase any new paths or alternative ways of thinking. They just survive. And without realizing, they end up slipping back into those terrible ways of thinking and recreating the environments they had to survive for other people. And if you just experiment and chase experience, no matter how stupid or dumb you look for being 10 years late, 15 years late, however late you are, you aren't only protecting yourself, but you're protecting the people in your future. Like for me, the reason why I'm super comfortable with experimenting and just trying things without really worrying about the outcomes is because I know that most of adulthood is performed competence, but I don't feel the need to perform competence I don't have. I rather go chase the actual wisdom than stand around looking like I have it already.